In a small village, Nasruddin lived with his family in a modest little house. The house was not rich or beautiful, but it kept out the rain, stayed warm in winter, and gave the family a place to sleep. Still, Nasruddin was never satisfied. Almost every day, he complained, "This house is too small. If only I had a bigger house, I could finally be happy." Whenever friends visited, Nasruddin would point around the room and shake his head. "Look at this place. There's barely enough space to move." One day, after hearing the same complaint for what felt like the 100th time, a wise old man from the village said, "If your house feels too small, come see me tomorrow." The next morning, Nasruddin visited him. The wise man listened quietly and then asked, "Do you own a goat?" "Of course," Nasruddin replied. "Good. Bring the goat inside your house and keep it there." Nasruddin stared at him. "The goat? Inside my house?" The old man nodded. "Come back in a few days." Nasruddin thought the advice sounded strange, but he respected the old man. So that evening, he brought the goat inside. The next morning, the goat was everywhere. It bumped into things. It chewed whatever it could reach. It made noise all day. After 3 days, Nasruddin rushed back to the wise man. "This is terrible. The house feels even smaller now. My house has become impossible to live in." The wise man listened carefully. Then he asked, "Do you own a donkey?" Nasruddin groaned. "Yes. Bring the donkey inside as well." Nasruddin could hardly believe what he was hearing. But at this point, he had already followed every other instruction, so he brought the donkey inside. The very first night was a disaster. The goat was making noise. The donkey took up so much space that people could barely walk through the house. By the end of the week, Nasruddin looked miserable. His hair was messy, his eyes were tired, and he could not stop complaining. "This is the worst idea anyone has ever given me." He marched to the wise man's house and said, "I can't take it anymore. My house is crowded, noisy, dirty, and unbearable." For the first time, the wise man smiled. "Good." Nasruddin stared at him. "Good?" The old man nodded. "Now take the donkey outside." Nasruddin immediately did so. The house felt a little better. The next day, the wise man said, "Now take the goat outside too." Nasruddin almost ran home. He led the goat out into the yard and closed the door behind it. Then he stood silently in the middle of his house. Something felt different. The room suddenly seemed larger. The air felt calmer. There was space to walk, space to sit, space to breathe. It was the very same house he had complained about for years. Nothing about the house had changed. The walls were the same. The roof was the same. The rooms were the same. Yet somehow, it felt completely different. That evening, Nasruddin returned to the wise man. This time, he was smiling. "My house feels wonderful." The wise man looked at him and asked, "Did the house become bigger?" "No." "Did the walls move?" "No." "Then what changed?" Nasruddin was quiet for a moment. Then he finally understood. The old man smiled and said, "Many people spend their lives wishing for more. A bigger house, more money, better things." He paused. "But sometimes, the problem is not what you have. It's that you have forgotten how much you already have." From that day on, Nasruddin stopped complaining about his little house. And whenever he felt dissatisfied, he remembered the week he spent living with a goat, a flock of chickens, and a donkey under the same roof. Sometimes happiness does not come from getting more. Sometimes it comes from finally appreciating what was already there.